controversy. Now, Anushka Sharma has blasted reports that claim that Virat Kohli co-produced her second production, Filori, saying that the movie is being made under her banner, Clean Slate Films. Now, putting to rest some of the rumors that have been doing the rounds for some days now, she said that Filori is produced by Fox Star Studios and Clean Slate Films. So those TV channels or newspapers or websites which claim anything else, please check facts, practice responsible journalism, and have some shame. This is what? Very strong words that have been used by Anushka Sharma after there were reports which came out and said that her boyfriend Virat Kohli could in fact be funding and co-producing this upcoming movie of Anushka Sharma, Filori. And Anushka Sharma, who's been absolutely furious over these rumors, has lashed out and said that this is a movie that is being produced by her venture, Clean Slate Films, and by herself, and that Virat Kohli has got nothing whatsoever to do with this. So you can call us and you can tell us what you think of this controversy. Is Anushka Sharma yet another victim of this sexist mentality where women are not perceived as equal to men? Even though Anushka Sharma is very successful in her own right, why does she have to always be somehow related with Virat Kohli even when it comes to her professional life? And also joining us over the phone line, we've got film critic Komal Nahata. Komal, let's start with this. This is a strange bit of a controversy to have got embroiled in. Now, Anushka Sharma has come out absolutely furious and she said that, look, this is a movie and I am the producer of this movie and Virat Kohli has got nothing to do with this. Your take on this? We'll try get Komal Nahata in just a bit. Meanwhile, we've got my colleague Shantashree joining us from our newsroom. Shantashree, we've seen Anushka Sharma get into a lot of controversies even in the past, but this one is completely shameful. Here, this is a venture, this is a movie that she's producing by her venture, Clean Slate Films, and there are those who've said that Virat Kohli could in fact be co-producing this movie, and she's been extremely furious and she has lashed out at those people who are spreading those rumors.
Exactly, Saleh. This is the deep-rooted sexism that women had been fighting for ages, but still they're at the receiving end of such reports where Anushka has come out openly and said and dispelled all rumors that her films are being funded by Virat's cash. She has taken it on her dignity and said that it's lowering my effort that I had put in films for all these years, and she has hit out at these reports on her Instagram post where she has written clearly that Filori, the recent film that she has produced and is going to be released in some months, that Filori has been produced by Clean Slate, and the reports that has been put out by TV channels or newspapers are completely false, and they should have some shame by making such bogus claims and validating this rubbish by a so-called source. And below over here, she has said that I've always led my career with dignity and often chose to maintain a dignified silence on many untruthful stories. This is not the first time that Anushka has been made victim of such comments. She had been hit out by many trolls and many sexists for Virat not performing well in his matches. And
absolutely, Shanta, do continue to stay on with us. Meanwhile, we're also being joined in by Komal Nahata, who is a trade analyst. Komal, this is yet another instance where Virat Kohli has got into some kind of a controversy because Anushka Sharma has got into a controversy with her name being linked with Virat Kohli. Your take on this?
Yeah, it is actually quite funny. Somebody's imagination has run riot to think that Virat Kohli is the producer of Filori. It is clearly mentioned, the banner that comes when the trailer plays is Clean Slate Films. Now, you can't change the constitution of Clean Slate Films. Everybody knows that Clean Slate Films belongs to Anushka Sharma and her brother Karnesh Sharma. When the banner says that it's a Clean Slate Films production, allege that it is produced by Virat Kohli. Common sense will tell you that it is an Anushka Sharma and Karnesh Sharma production. So I think somebody has just played a mischief or depended on hearsay without understanding how the business works.
Komal, if I can just interrupt you there, is this, another instance which just goes to show the kind of bias and prejudice that women, even very successful women, face in Bollywood? Now, not a lot of people are perhaps willing to believe that Anushka Sharma on her own can run a production house.
I don't think the reporter must have intended to prove that they are insensitive to women producers or that women cannot run. I think it must have gone well with his imagination that Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma are together. Probably he got inspired by the film story in which Anushka Sharma plays a ghost. So he thought if she plays a ghost on screen, maybe Virat Kohli plays the ghost producer. But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
And also we've seen Anushka Sharma, she's, in the post that she's put out, Komal, she said that she's always maintained a dignified silence, but in this instance she had to come out and put facts very clearly. Have perhaps the reports gone too far? Have they perhaps questioned that Anushka Sharma on her own, cannot come out with a production, something like this? Is that why Anushka Sharma has reacted so strongly to this?
But she's proven with her first film, NH10, and it was a very successful film at that. So I don't think she needs to prove to the world or to anybody else. She has proven it once, and now it's just carrying forward that banner. Plus, she has a brother who is a fantastic worker, I believe. He's very good at his job. So I don't think she needs any third person to help her produce a film. She's got a goodwill. She's got a fantastic reputation. In fact, Kriarj Entertainment, which is another production company which had produced Rustam, they have tied up with Anushka Sharma. Now, obviously, they have gone with Anushka. They have gone with Clean Slate Films because of Anushka Sharma, not because of anybody else. So she doesn't need to prove, and I can understand.
Right, Komal, do continue to stay on with us. Meanwhile, we're also being joined by a caller from Lucknow. We've got Saroj joining us over the phone line. So, Saroj, what's your take on this? Do you think there is a deep sense of prejudice against women, that people find it difficult that women on their own can actually go ahead and come up with their own production houses? Do you think that is what is happening here?
Yeah, my view is very clear. See, first of all, we need to make the dignity of other person as well. And everybody knows that Anushka is having she herself is very much capable. It's not anybody other's job to look into the other's business. Let her do her own business with the full capability. That's my call on this. Okay?
Right, Saroj. Thank you very much indeed for joining us and giving us your views. And also we're joined in by another caller from Bengaluru. We've got Neelima joining us. Neelima, go ahead. What's your take on this?
My take on this is, I think if you look at, and I hate to say this, but the reporter that started this probably does not imagine an existence of a woman who's financially independent. And so it's very difficult for them to even imagine that Anushka can do this. And so therefore they have to attach a famous man's name to it. And it's really sad. On the one hand, I'm so proud of all the girls and what they're achieving today. And on the other hand, we have somebody constantly, trying to bring them down just 3 notches.
Absolutely, Dr. Neelima. So you're essentially saying that this just goes to show the deep ingrained mindset that we have, which says that a woman can't be financially independent. Thank you very much indeed for joining us from Bengaluru. Now, Shanta, if I can come back to you. Now, that was an interesting point that was raised by Dr. Neelima, where she said that there is this deeply ingrained sense of prejudice where somehow we do not think that women can be financially independent. And that is perhaps what is being hinted at here, that Virat Kohli had to step in and co-produce this movie.
Exactly, Saleh. Anushka is not the only voice that has come out and spoken against the deep-rooted sexism that exists in Bollywood, or rather any other service sector in this country. Even the actors like Tiska Chopra and Konkona Sen Sharma has come out and said that what kind of sexism they face, that whether people cannot accept that these people can have their own source of income and fund their films. Deepika Padukone and Kangana Ranaut has come out and spoken about the pay disparity that exists in Bollywood. Even in Hollywood we see that. I'll bring focus to another post being made by Anushka Sharma, where she says that for someone who makes a living out of maligning people, it must definitely be hard to believe that a person can stand on their own feet and do something meaningful with their life. And next time, these same people come wanting to talk about women empowerment. So this is basically the hypocrisy that has been exposed.
Absolutely, very strong words there, Shanta, by Anushka. Hold on to that thought. Meanwhile, we also have got another caller. We've got Debashish joining us from Kolkata. Go ahead, Debashish. What's your take on this controversy?
Good morning. See, it's an established fact that both these people concerned, Virat Kohli and Anushka, are established people. They have the requisite amount of money, they have the requisite amount of financial pull, and they have the requisite amount of influence in each of their industries. Now, coming to talk about feminism and an attack on a single woman, I feel it's fair. It's fair in the context that she is a celebrity and people will go after her. Now, who are these people going after her is the question. Is it somebody who's trying to malign her reputation? Is it somebody who's just playing the sexist card? Is to be determined.
Absolutely. That's an interesting point, Devashish, that you have raised. Who are these people who have said this, who have given this innuendo that probably Anushka on her own could not have produced it, and there was Virat Kohli's money that was also involved in the production of this movie. Meanwhile, we're also joined in by lawyer and activist Abha Singh. Good morning to you, Abha Singh. You know, this is yet another controversy that has come to the fore, just going on and hinting out at that deep-rooted prejudice that we have, that it is the man who's always the breadwinner. Women are relegated to domestic duties. Now, that is pretty much, you know, what appears to be the undercurrent of this argument, which says that Anushka Sharma's movie somehow has been funded by Virat Kohli. On her own, she perhaps would not have had the financial limb to go out and produce this movie. Your take on this, Abha?
I agree with you. Definitely, it is the misogynistic mindset which is spreading these rumors or innuendos, as you said, that Virat Kohli has financed a movie. But when Anushka Sharma is saying that she is capable to finance a movie and she doesn't need her boyfriend to come and finance a movie, we have to go by what Anushka Sharma says, because she is a successful actor, she has the money, and definitely the male ego has taken a beating because they cannot digest the fact that women on their own are making it to successful careers and also property. As on date, if you see all across the world, only 1% property has been being owned by women, because this shows the mindset that ultimately finances are in the hands of the men, and it is these men who cannot digest that a woman can do it on her own.
Absolutely, and even in the past, Abha Singh, when we look at the kind of controversies that Anushka Sharma and Virat Kohli have got into, whenever Virat would fail, you know, to deliver on the cricket pitch, it was always said that Anushka Sharma was a kind of a distraction, and that is why Virat Kohli's performance was getting affected. You know, is it difficult for us in the society to perhaps come out of that mindset where we blame the women all the time?
Definitely, as they say, it is very difficult to break the glass ceiling where women are concerned. Definitely, because if Virat is performing badly, how can you connect it to Anushka? This shows the pathetic mindset of the psyche of the people of this country, of the men who cannot agree or who cannot say that because Virat played badly, that is why he lost, but it is his fan who are trying to blame Anushka. I think Anushka has taken a very right stand of hitting out. In fact, earlier also when her Virat's performance was being linked to Anushka, at that time only she should have come out and said, look here, no further, what is his theme, what is his play is his own doing, not mine. And it is definitely women are always at the receiving end in this country, be it the fan of Virat Kohli or the politicians, because the type of statements they make against women, because women have not retaliated till now and they have been the silent sufferers in this country down the years.
Absolutely, Abha. So women have always been at the receiving end and do continue to stay on with this. Meanwhile, we've also got another caller joining us from Mumbai. Go ahead. What's your take on this?
Hello?
Hello, sir. Yes, go ahead. What is your take on this latest controversy?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello?
We can hear you.
Hello?
Go ahead. Express what is your take on this controversy?
The basic reason for this is the high and mighty, the men in this country. They are the most shameless over here. Talking about Salman Khan, how many film fraternity people blamed him when he was abusing women openly? When people see Salman Khan doing that, they get charged and they follow him. This is a mindset. This is the exact mindset. None of all the high and mighty of film industry never blame Salman Khan what he did. And these are the things of outcome that we abuse women openly, because they give a right to the people to abuse them openly. Anushka is a fighter. She has stood up like anything. There is so much to learn from her. We admire her. The way she has stood up. The Virat Kohli, he stood up on. He has
Absolutely, Deepak. That is an interesting, important point that you've made. Thank you very much indeed for calling us in from Mumbai. Meanwhile, we're also joined in by Mr. Vivek Agnihotri, a filmmaker. Mr. Agnihotri, go ahead. What's your take on this? Do you think, you know, the sense of prejudice that women on their own cannot succeed. Is that something that is still prevalent in Bollywood? Is that the reason why, even though Anushka Sharma is one of the A-listers, she's given hit after hit? Last year we saw her giving these massive hits like Sultan and Ae Dil Hai Mushkil. Despite that, questions are being raised about her own ability to go ahead and fund a movie.
I think this is the most ridiculous thing I've heard in the morning. Anushka is, she's so capable, and I don't think she needs Virat Kohli's money to produce a film like this. And even if he does, what's wrong with it? If tomorrow Virat opens some sports company or something, nobody's going to say that she's financing it, you know. So there are so many women who are capable, and I think it's all most ridiculous thing I can hear. And Anushka, if you see, for a film like this, which is a small budget film anyways, there's a studio attached to it. But these are all rumor mongering. People don't want women to succeed, and never happens when a man starts his own production, right? So
that's an interesting point, Mr. Vivek Agnihotri. It never happens when a man is producing something like this. You know, if Virat had come out and and started his own venture, no one would have said that Anushka had to fund it from the background. This just goes and points to the deep-rooted sense of sexism. Even though Bollywood is at the forefront, it is at the cutting edge, we see that the sense of prejudice is prevalent even in Bollywood.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't think it's coming from Bollywood. I mean, to paint everything, and I can guarantee with my experience, I have no data, but I can guarantee no man in Bollywood must be saying these kind of things. I don't think any hero, producer, anybody, and if these rumors are coming, these must be coming from vested interests who don't want her to succeed, professional jealousy. And most of these I was reading on Twitter are coming from women themselves, you know, because the loser women don't want successful women. So it's like their own internal competition. Okay, and I'm very proud of Anushka and the kind of movie she's producing. Hats off to her. It takes lots and lots of guts. I have produced a meaningful independent film, and I know how much guts it requires to make it. Hats off to her, and we must celebrate that she's successful, independent, and rather than pulling her down, we must stop all these kind of things.
Absolutely, Vivek Agnihotri. Do continue to stay on with us. Meanwhile, we've also got Abha Singh, who's still with us over the phone line. Abha, Vivek raised an interesting point. He said that when we look at what is happening on Twitter, many of those people who are probably raising questions about the funding are women themselves. Now, is there a necessity perhaps for women to introspect into this mindset for themselves to say that women can succeed individually? We seem to have lost that line with Abha Singh there. But Vivek, coming back to you on this issue, we seem to have lost Vivek as well. So this is, of course, the controversy that Anushka has got into, a controversy that she has not invited, but she's come out very strongly, very vocally, and has said that I can stand on my own feet. I am an independent woman with my own sources of finances, and if I have to produce a movie, then I'm more than capable of doing it. Now, all this controversy has come about after the trailer of the movie Filori came out.